Oh, hey, welcome to Marci's Minute. I hope you guys are having a great because I can week. Um, Today is the day, March 4th, that my sister passed away, and it was in the year 2011. It's hard to believe that she's been gone for 11 years because those memories of being with her in her battle seem very real still and very brilliant, and so I can't believe it's been 11 years. My heart, different story, like it misses her. But the thing that I wanted to just share with you today is some of you are new following me, and so you might not really know the story because I can. And so it came from, so my sister was a marathon runner, Heather, and she had cancer, and she was quite annoyed that it was interrupting her life. And what she liked to do, she was a little runner, and she was a mom of 3 boys, and she was just having, fine living her life. And then she gets this diagnosis, and she fought really hard. She tried to be very faithful and in believing that she could be healed. And so much so that actually it kind of prevented her from preparing, doing some things to prepare, because by the time she actually accepted that it wasn't for her to stay here, it was 2 weeks left in her life, and she was not in good shape. And so I guess the first thing with that is, like, just because you accept maybe God's will in your life does not mean that you're not having faith. Okay? Like, and that's kind of what she couldn't do, is she just like, no, I can't accept that I'm going to die because then I'm not having faith. And if I'm not having faith, I won't be healed. So there's that. But the other thing I want to share is, my sister tried for over a year to get a doctor to look at her. And it was colon cancer, and they would not do a colonoscopy on her because they were like, you're too young. The insurance won't cover it. And so she tried to get somebody to look at her for a year. And by the time they did, it was too late. The tumor was so big that they couldn't even do the exam. So yes, she tried and everything, but here's what I want. The reason why I share that with you, and I have had this, I share it with my fitness classes all the time, that if you feel like something is not right for you, you keep being a squeaky wheel until you get somebody to listen to. Nobody knows your body better than you do. And just by me sharing this message in my fitness classes and now with you, it's actually saved some lives. Okay? So I just want to put that out there. You have to advocate for yourself. And don't give up till you get the answers that, the clear answer, or or you got your answer like, yeah, okay, now I know what's going on. All right. So, but going back to my story with my sister, so she was, just death was very near within hours. And I went to go see her and basically say my goodbyes. And this is really tender for me, and so it's really quite a personal experience that I'm sharing with you. But she was incoherent and not responsive. And so I just knew that the hearing's the last thing to go. And I went and I bent down close and I was talking to her. And I don't even remember things that I was saying to her. I just remember the one thing that's been my inspiration and my drive ever since then was, I said to her, I'm not going to run for you. I don't like to run. I'm not doing marathons. But I said, but I will work out hard. I will work out for both of us. She actually opened her eyes and she had a physical reaction, and very weakly she's like, you have to work out really hard. And so that's where because I can comes from. Because I can move my body, I can work out. And so I wanted to broaden that then to just from working out to what are the things that you can do in your life because you're alive. And even though you might not think it's a privilege to do, like maybe there's relationships that you're struggling with somebody about, or maybe you're worried about your child, or maybe you're missing your child. You wish, that they would come around more. Like, it's a privilege to even be in that. Maybe you're wondering about your testimony. Maybe you're having some anxious thoughts about what's going on in the world. It's a privilege to be able to experience these things. Maybe there's dreams that you want to go after, goals that you want to do, learn how to love your body more. And maybe, and the thing I guess that I want you to always understand being a life coach, and this is what I coached and Be Bold on today, was we have the privilege of deciding what we want to think or not think. We can choose thoughts that we feel miserable with. Like one of the moms that I was coaching today was like, my family, I want them to be unified and I want them around me. I want to be surrounded by love by them. Well, that's not what it looks like for her family. And so she can choose to be sad about that, or she can choose to be like, what is? And then lean into accepting that. A lot of times we kick against what reality is because of what we want it to be. And that's a really quick way to become miserable. Okay. Some of the other things I coached on was just learning how to love yourself and how to be kind to yourself and give grace to yourself and to speak kindly and take care of you. And we can do that because we can. So that's like, I think the other thing I want you to just realize, you have a choice with how you view or think about things in your life. You do have a choice. And if you don't know that, like if you don't really know the work, then I encourage you to learn it, because you have a choice and you can make it be whatever you want. You can struggle if you want. Like there's times I choose to struggle, and there's times I'm like, no, I'm good. I've been there, done that. Okay, so just like try to add on because I can at the end of things and see how that, I guess the other thing I would say is the week that I do because I can, it's another way to celebrate someone's life in a more, what's the word? It's not a sad way. Now, maybe I have some sadness come up a little bit because I miss my sister, but it's so happy. Like I can feel her with me because I'm doing things that I'm mindful of her more, and I'm doing things that she liked to do, and I'm just tapping into her a little bit more. And so it's kind of joyous instead of a sad time every year that comes around. And you can choose to do that. It's a way to grieve and go on. Okay, so because I can choose that. All right. Thanks for sticking with this long. If you have, you guys have a good week. Love you.